Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I know it's been a while since I made videos of my actual self. I've been making slide videos lately, to kind of give y'all something different to look at and to show you what else I can do. Because people can just make videos of themselves and talk 24/7, but I kind of have a little bit of variety and all that stuff. So, anyhow, moving on. This is the first video that I made of myself for this year, but I think that it's going to be pretty interesting. Every parent in their life who has pretty much raised their child hates when this a few days comes up. Their graduation day, the day they go to college, and the day they move out. Now, the only thing is, between leading up to those days of moving out, after you at least got past graduate from high school and college, like when moving day comes up. But anyway, I have been kind of thinking about moving out a lot lately for some reason. Not that I'm having a lot of family drama or whatever, nothing like that at all, but it just I feel like for some reason that it's about time to. And I don't want to do anything too fast. I'm not rushing it or anything, but it's, oh goodness, this is sometimes I've just been thinking about like where I am right now, and I'm in my 20s. I'm about to be 23 in August, so I don't want to like be like some people who are just not doing anything with themselves because they choose to, or just because of whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm trying to figure out, like, if any of you lovely people happen to have some good advice for me, because without saying too much, because I don't want to give away too much information, and somebody who, I don't know, I don't want my video to be taken as me bashing anybody or anything. Just a simple young adult wanting to get some good, sound, legal advice. I don't want to get kicked out or sued or anything of that matter. Just saying. But I just feel like it's, like I said, it's about time for me to take that next step in my life and finally just be independent. Now, I've been living with my parents since I was born, and not that they treated me bad or anything, but I just feel like, okay, it's time for at least to have one child out of your hair, and I feel like it's me. And I don't know, I've always been the type of person to be independent lately, since in my teen years and all that stuff. I've been wanting to become more independent. When I was younger, I used to be attached to my mother like crazy, but now since I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, independent. But anyway, how in the world do I make that independence come to pass? That is the hardest thing in the world, because you have all this stuff to figure out first. You have school, and you have your job, and then find a place to live. Now, school is the number one priority for me, and I want to graduate from college. That's the main thing that I want to do right now. Before I do anything else, I do not want to get married before I finish school. I mean, sometimes I wonder if that's God's plan for me, not finish school and get married, but then again, I don't know. I just don't want to do that. I mean, my parents didn't go to college, and I want to go to college because, I mean, not saying that that's a bad thing or whatever, because they do good for themselves and for me and my brother, and I just want to be able to, like, every parent wants their child to be a step higher than what they are, and sometimes it's kind of hard for older siblings to do that when just sometimes like they are still seeing you as a little kid always. But I mean, I don't know, that's kind of a hard thing to, it's a hard pill for parents to swallow, to understand the fact that their child's getting older. Mine should have been understood. I shouldn't have said that. But yeah. I mean, I always want to do things a step higher. I want to. I already finished high school. The next step for me is, do I want to finish college? I want to get my degree, and I want to get a good paying job to the point where when I move out of this house, I do not ever have to come back. And that's a big fear of mine. The number one fear of mine is having to come back. I don't want to come back. After I move out, that's it. I mean, I'll come visit, but I want to go back home at the end of the day. I mean, I I know other people who are watching this probably think like, "Oh, you got it good right now." I'm like, yeah, I probably do, but I mean, right now, when is enough? Like, I don't want to be under that safety net of always depending on my parents. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get comfortable and dependent on anybody. I want to be an independent young woman. And, I mean, a lot of men out here, especially when you're trying to find somebody to be with the rest of your life, is not going to want you to be all, like, still having the umbilical cord attached to you. I want to show whoever the heck I'm with in the future that, look, I'm grown and I can handle this. So, sometimes that's the hardest part for me right now. And I kind of need some good advice. And I know y'all probably wondering, why is she making a video about this? Why can't she talk to somebody? Well, I kind of been doing that already. And sometimes I just need a little bit more advice so I can weigh my choices and make a good decision. Well, first pray about it before I even make that dang decision, because I don't want it bite me in my behind. So, yeah. When I turned 18, that's when adulthood kind of was new to me. I mean, yeah, I was legal and I could do all this stuff, but as I got older, I had understood that my future is the most important thing that is going to be that is going to be the rest of my life, my future. I don't want my future to always be here. I mean, I know my parents will probably love the fact that I'm here, but I don't want to be here 24/7 hours a day. Not for the rest of my life. I mean, no, I don't want to. I want to be able I want to prove to my parents and myself and to God that when I move out, that I can handle myself. I think it's just an important part of growing up. And in this economy, it's kind of hard to do that. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard. And people are moving back home. I don't know if anybody watched the episode of True Life when they had to move back in with their parents. I remember watching the episode and I laid in my bed and prayed to God, God, please don't let that be me. I don't want to be swamped in bills to the point I can't pay them. I don't want to have to come back to my parents' house and basically relive my childhood and teenhood and young adulthood over again when I'm well into my adulthood. No. God, no, please. And being that I'm 22 now and getting closer to be almost in my mid-20s, I don't want to I don't want to be where I am right now. I want to go in a few years to be, I want to see myself in a few years on my own, financially independent and all that stuff. I don't want to have to always depend on my parents. Nobody in their right mind should want to depend on their parents for anything. I mean, that's just pointless. But, I mean, sometimes I find myself getting discouraged just a little bit when I see people who, it's kind of, hopefully I'm making sense to y'all. If I'm not, I'm sorry, but like, I always want to put God first in everything that I do. And without making this too deep or whatever, but I think that he should be the most important thing in anybody's life anyway, especially young adults' lives when they're trying to figure out everything, trying to find themselves in life basically. And I think I'm in that stage now, finding myself. Where do I want to be in a few years? How am I going to get there? And sometimes there are roadblocks in that where you just have to find the courage to try to get over that. And when you do that with God, sometimes it can be a little bit discouraging, but you know that he has you, and I know that he's going to take care of me and all that stuff. So it's basically about timing also, and I do not want to half rush anything. When I have my stuff, when I have my own place, when I have my own car, I want everything solid. I want to make sure that I'm completely safe. I want to make sure I don't have to worry about anything. I want to make sure that the job that I have insurance, that I have all the benefits. I don't want to be lacking anything. I don't want to still, I don't want to have to do what some people do, have to find money to pay for simple stuff. I don't want to have to do that. So, and sometimes I find it crazy that some kids think like when they turn 18, everything's going to be honky dory and they can just up and leave, but it's not going to be that easy. I turned 18 in 2008 and I'm still here. So, no, it's not that easy, unfortunately. It probably was easy a long time ago when my parents were alive, but not were alive, when they were younger. But, yeah, it's not that easy now. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody older than I am can give me some good advice. Not that I haven't been getting good advice. I've been getting some wonderful advice. It's just that sometimes, like I said, I just want to weigh my options carefully before I go do something crazy, and then I end up looking crazy because I done did something. So, hmm, how do I handle it? Like, does anybody have any idea, like, what I should do next? Like, am I on the right path, or do I need to find another way to tweak it just a little bit? I mean, there's always room for improvement. And I don't need no nasty, hateful comments either. I don't have time for that foolishness. I need serious, mature people. And that's another thing. I know I'm mature enough. I mean, I'm not that mature where I can't learn nothing. Because if I wasn't wanting to learn anything, I wouldn't be asking you. So, yeah. If you love the people can help me, I'll be appreciative. And forgive me for how I look. I look horrible. Sorry. I'm going to get this crap fixed tomorrow. Praise God. Hopefully in a few years, if I still have a YouTube channel, you will not see me with all this. I will hopefully be in my own place. Pray to God. Because I don't want to be 30 and still be here. And that is in 8 years. No. No, I pray against it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my video. I hope I made somewhat of some sense. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope that anybody who's watching this, who's under the age of 18, just know that it's not that easy once you turn 18. God willing that you turn 18. So, hopefully you'll learn from me a little bit. Maybe you'll understand what your parents are trying to tell you from somebody coming from the younger age. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.